Concept of double entry bookkeeping. Before that, we have to learn about certain words. That is, one, receipt, two, payment, three, income, four, expenditure, five, assets, six, liability. Now we'll get into the concept of payment and expenditure. The expenditure, payment is the expenditure paid during a particular period, whereas expenditure is an expenditure which expires during a particular period. That means we have to take into consideration a particular period as assumption. What is that particular period? While we discuss about the payment or expenditure, we have to take into consideration the period. The period means month or a year. So month may be January, February, March, etc. or the year may be 2010, 11, 2012, 2013. So while we take into consideration the payment or expenditure, we have to first decide for which period we are preparing the payment, for which year we are preparing the expenditure. Now we take our family as a particular business unit. Taking into consideration our family as a business unit, let us have a look over certain examples to identify which are the expenditure, which are the payments. Suppose you have been asked by your father that please identify the expenditure which has been paid and the expenditure which has been incurred. Suppose in day-to-day life you spend some expenditure that is called grocery, tuition fee, rent of your house, all these things. Take the example of rent. You have been asked by your landlord to pay 2 months rent. Suppose for the month of September as well as October. You are standing in the month of September. You have been asked by your landlord to pay rent for the month of September as well as October. Suppose payment of rent equal to 1000 into 2 months equal to 2000. Rent is paid for September 14 and October 14. In this case, what happened? You are standing in the month of September and you have been asked by your landlord to pay the rent for the month of September as well as October. Here you have paid rupees 2000, 1000 for each month. That means 1000 for the month of September and 1000 for the month of October. In this case, you have been asked what is your payment in the month of September towards rent. Then you will guide your father that our payment is rupees 2000 in the month of September. It is very clear, irrespective of the month. In the month of September, whatever amount you have paid, that is called payment. Disregarding the number of month, you focus on a particular month, that is called September month. In the month of September, you have paid the rent amounting to rupees 2000. Now you have been asked what is the expenditure. The payment part is rupees 2000. That 2000 is specified for a particular month, that is called payment of rent. Now you have been asked to identify what is the expenditure towards rent. Similarly, you have to describe to your father that the expenditure towards rent, the payment towards rent has already been described. Now you have to describe the expenditure towards the rent. Standing in the month of September, you have to express that father, the expenditure is rupees 1000, because out of 2000, the 1000 rupees expires in the month of September, and another 1000 rupees has not yet been expired because it becomes due in the month of October. That's why 1000 expires in the month of September. So you have to write our expenditure is rupees 1000 in the month of September 14. In this case, it has been distinguished what is payment, what is expenditure. The payment towards rent is 2000, whereas expenditure towards rent is 1000. Because while you go for describing expenditure as well as payment, you have to determine what is your period first. Your period is September. Similarly, if you have been asked to decide what is your expenditure, what is your payment in the year 2012, so you have to take into consideration different payments, and out of that you find, out of all these payments, the extent to which the payment has been expired and extent to which the payment has not yet been expired. So accordingly you decide what is your expenditure, even though the payment is made or payment is not made. But the expenditure which relates to a particular period and which expires during a particular period, that expenditure is treated as expenditure for double entry bookkeeping, whereas payment is the expenditure which has been paid during a particular period, that is called payment as per double entry bookkeeping. Like expenditure and payment, you will consider in similar manner the receipt and income. Here the receipt is the revenue received during a particular period, whereas the income means the revenue earned during a particular period. Here the verb appropriate for income is earned, whereas for receipt is received. Suppose take into consideration your father's income. Suppose during the year 2013, your father has received 13 months salary. That means from 1st January 2013 up to 31st January 2014. In that case, what happened? Your father has received, suppose say your father's salary per month is 50,000. Your father has received the salary, or your father has received the income of rupees 50,000 into 13 months, 6,50,000. That is your income received. But the income earned during the year, when you will be asked identify what is the income earned by your father. In that case, you will arrive at the figure, that is 50,000 into 12 equal to 6 lakhs. This is called the income related to a particular period, and the verb appropriate for income is earned. The revenue earned during a particular period is 6 lakhs, whereas the revenue received during a particular period is 6,50,000. It is almost equal, 100% equal with your payment or expenditure. So like payment and expenditure, you treat the receipt and income in similar manner.